And I was introduced that many, many years ago, I guess about 40 years ago. And the doctor said, well, should we use Ritalin? And I asked him which side of his head he wanted the 45 to come out of.
Well, that's because you're with Al-Qaeda. Okay, here is, for those watching on PrisonPlanet.tv, here's the inside of this juice box. And if they zoom in any more, see that thin plastic? It's got it. And I'm letting my children drink this. All the juice could be out of a glass bottle. All of it could be healthy, but we see the word organic. Meanwhile, it's got an estrogen mimicker leaching right out of it. Look at that. See the plastic, folks? It's got a plastic lining. There's the plastic lining. Great point, great caller, Bobby. I'm glad you took us in that angle. What's the name of that newscast? Because I've seen CBS newscasts admitting, and I've seen a BBC newscast conclusively, this turns, I saw the police chief of Fort Worth 2 weeks ago. If I put it up on screen for me, guys, if you can find it. Police chief promotes hormone replacement. And he says injections of testosterone for cops because cops need it. Men, if you're normal and have normal testosterone, that's enough testosterone to get you in a lot of trouble, and you know that. But maybe cops do need testosterone because after you're done drinking your little juices, well, you're ready to go out and have a baby. You're ready to put makeup on. You're ready to wear a short skirt. You're ready to go, put together, a garden of roses or something. You're ready to put lipstick on. Look at this. Maybe the globalists are doing me a favor. Maybe I'm too aggressive as a male. Maybe the problem is I'm not drinking enough estrogen-mimicking plastic. Maybe that's the problem. What do you say to that, Bob Chapman?
I don't think so. I think you're fine as you are, and stop using that stuff. Maybe,
as the New World Order's proposed, maybe they should actually castrate us. Maybe that would fix it, huh?
Well,
you'll love the New World Order.
Doing it to most people.
This'll only take a moment. We're the feminists from the New World Order, men. We're putting estrogen in your food. It basically does this to you. Put them right here. Okay. I'm starting to lose my mind. Let's go to another caller, this time on the Genesis phones here with Bob Chapman. Let's talk to Terry in Florida. Terry, you're on the air.
Hey, thanks for taking the call, Al.
Hi, Terry. You don't like the New World Order? We can fix that.
Well, I would like to see that happen. But I have a question for Bob, but I did want to mention that why aren't the Clackamas Parish District Attorney Charles DeLay pressing charges? Why isn't St. Bernard Parish President Craig Tapera Jr. pressing charges? Why isn't Hancock County, Mississippi Sheriff Steve Garber pressing charges? Why is it Harrison County Sheriff, Mississippi, Marvin?
Yeah, why didn't the state governors immediately say, we're going to go, start blocking the estuaries? No, they said, the feds won't let us. It's like saying, the feds won't. Hold on. I didn't get a call from the government saying I could breathe. I'm going to hold my breath. We'll be back after this break with Terry, and we'll see if I can hold my breath. We'll see if the government calls on this phone by then to tell me I'm allowed to breathe, okay? Because if I'm going to breathe, I have to have government permission because government is God. And so I'm going to start holding my breath now. We'll see when we get back in 3 minutes if I could do it and if the government calls and gives me permission. Hold on. Terry, finishing up your point, because we can't list every county. There's probably 300, 400 counties in those states or more where they haven't filed charges. If it does show neglect by BP to not come in when they had the manpower and block the estuaries, that's a problem. But the bigger issue is our daddy, President Hussein Barry Sitaro, the Kenyan Indonesian citizen, he wants us to be as bad as possible so he can pass a bunch of legislation. He wouldn't let those states fix the problem. But then it falls back on the states. If my neighbor shows up at my house and says, you're not allowed to breathe unless I give you permission, and then I go and suffocate myself with a plastic bag, I'm a mental patient. So the states need to stop, we're mad at you, federal government. You wouldn't let us fix it. Why are they letting the Indonesian citizen tell us what to do? Terry?
I would say it's because the Indonesian and his buddies at Goldman Sachs are printing their paychecks, and they want their pay, and every good Nazi followed his orders for his paychecks.
I agree with you, Terry. I appreciate your call. Bob Chapman, your take on the states for 40-plus days whining, saying the feds won't let them fix it, and the military makes them count booms for a week and then never puts them out. You know, since when do the feds run everything on the planet Earth?
Well, since a long time, and I'm sure that they're saying that to them. We'll fix the problem. Well, they're not going to do that for the reasons you expressed. It's a false flag operation. Now it's out of hand, and they don't know what to do. And it's going to get worse. And it's going to be disastrous and extraordinarily expensive, never mind all of the sea life and...
Well, flesh that out, Bob, because I respect you, and you don't just come out and say something's a false flag. I mean, I've seen my evidence, but why are you saying false flag? Because
why did Goldman Sachs sell 44% of their BP stock 3 weeks before the incident happened? Why did they short the drill equipment in the Gulf? And why did the president of BP sell 1/3 of his holdings at the same time Goldman Sachs did? And I think he sold it through Goldman. And we don't have any information, but it stands to reason that they both may have bought derivatives to short or short against the box to freeze their positions so that they wouldn't lose any further money. That's what tipped me off.
And it turns out Goldman Sachs, who literally, if somebody slips on a banana peel, 9 times out of the 10, Goldman Sachs laid it there. I mean, every country they're imploding, they're always running. You know, Brazil, Argentina, Greece, I mean, you name it, Iceland, they put their people in government and then steal everything. And it turns out the chairman of BP was the co-chairman until the week before of BP. I mean, this is really getting suspicious, Bob. And then the fact that the feds wouldn't let the states, I mean, the states were there with their own booms about to put them in front of the rivers and estuaries, which can really cause the damage if that oil gets up in there. The ocean, it dissipates, but going into a river, that's, per capita, so much oil, it's much worse. And the feds said no. I mean, this is a false flag, but why do you say it's out of control now?
They have fissures in different areas in the same general region that evidently have been caused by what went on in the well that will essentially say blew up.
And it blew up with such force that it created fissures, or they didn't frack it properly. I don't understand all the terminology, but guys, will you work next week on getting well-known petroleum geologists and geologists on, and petroleum engineers? I guess a petroleum engineer, though, works at the petroleum facilities. I don't know anymore. Bob, do 5 more minutes with us. We'll take a few more calls. I'm Alex Jones. This is the Insane Asylum.